Hello everyone, welcome back. This is now Halo 4, being alpha, tearing through these Halo games at the moment. Well, granted, Halo 4 is pretty damn short. But anyway, I digress. As soon as we start the Dawn level, go through the first door and go down the steps. This is where you find your first achievement called Digging Up the Past. Requiem. This is very close to the end of the level, so once you get into this massive corridor with the stairs directly in front, before going up the stairs, head behind them stairs and then you will go and find your terminal. This is the achievement called War. And now for the next mission called Forerunner. When you get into this big open area, you will fight many of these alien creature things. I can't remember what you call them now off the top of my head, because every time I voice over, everything goes blare. But the correct way to go though is to the right. But if you just carry on straight, and just head in this direction, you will go into like a dead end section where you'll see the terminal. And now for Infinity. As soon as you get to the part where we have to start saving these Marines for the Bro achievement, as we finish the cutscene with the Colonel and the woman, just do a 180, you will find this next terminal. So now for the next achievement, this will be Bros to the Close. On the Xbox version of Halo 4, it was extremely hard because, you know, with the controls we had back like 10 years ago, it wasn't that great. But now on keyboard and mouse, it's a lot easier to do. So first things first, just make sure you save any Marines that come after you. So there's 2 total at the very start. So this is not very difficult to actually do. I don't really show this in the video, but Alpha has a sniper rifle or some sort of beam rifle thing. Don't know exactly the name of the gun, but every time he gets to one single bullet, he gives them to the Marine. Then Marines become like, I don't know, aimbots type thing. So this is a lot easier having multiple people. Because at the moment, Alpha is just focused on giving the Marines the good weapons and also fighting. I'm just focused on fighting at the moment and making sure the Marines don't die. Because it'd be my main goal to restart the checkpoint when they die. So as I said, the first part is not really difficult. You just need to have a decent aim and hopefully kill them fast. This is also being played on Legendary. I think you have to do this on Heroic or Legendary mode. It's also recommended to try and run ahead of the Marines, because these 2 Marines are not fearless. They just keep running and shooting. And as you see, the Marine there has a sniper rifle. Just one shot at one enemy, so it's very good to have the Marines have the best weapons. So this part took a few tries. Of course, you don't really see the mess up like we did. So here you'll find 4 Marines. So in total you will have 6 total. So this first part can be a bit tricky, but once you cleared it out, the Marines will not move up and enemies will not spawn. So this will be a good point to give all the enemies some good weapons. Well, not enemies, sorry, the Marines good weapons. So like I said, I didn't really give Marines anything because Alpha was in control of that. He seemed to be a good boy doing that. Try not to let the Marines have any crappy weapons like the assault rifle. I think Alpha even agreed with me that it's not that great anyway. So we spent like 2 minutes here, so I sped up quite fast. So for this part, making sure one of you guys go to the left and the other guy go to the right, because there will be some enemies spawn on the right, but the majority will spawn directly in the middle. So there's a lot of commotion coming in here, so your main focus will be the drones as they spawn the enemies in, or revive them if they die, and then them 2 cannons in the very back. And also it does help having a decoy, because it will release fire from the decoy, not your marines. So yeah, a few times when I used that decoy, Alpha thought the marine was going down the bottom. I called him an idiot. So at this point you should still have 6, and once again at this point Alpha is making sure every marine has a decent weapon, mainly that long rifle, sniper rifle thing, the beam rifle. So once you are now ready, press this switch and every marine should have a turret. And to be fair, me and Alpha did agree we didn't really shoot much, but it also is a good idea to shoot as well. But we noticed that as we're firing or just see the enemies die, we didn't bother shoot much. But I'll recommend still shoot as a normal pace, but as you will see, the AI does do most of the work here. And yes, I do keep on spawning the hologram. This is the point I think Alpha said, what the hell, one of the AI's gone down there. Then he started running. I told him, no, that's mine.
Cortana, how close are we?
You do your job and I'll do mine, okay? Got it. Passageway's unlocked. Come and get me.
Eyes up! More coming! That shot was ace! Confirming kill! That was awesome!
So for this achievement, during the reclaimer, as we get off to reclaim the, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a device where we can use the mammoth thing behind us to shoot down the massive tracker things or gun turrets in the sky. But this is where you'll find your first Wraith. You'll need to kill the turret and then jump on to hijack the Wraith. Once we've done that, during this battle, there will be only one Wraith spawn in this section. And also it does help having a co-op partner to deal with any damage to the unnecessary enemies that shoot you.
Good. 2 more.
So now once we get to the next section, where we have to neutralize these barrier things here to proceed on. In this area here, when you get about halfway, you will notice that there's another Wraith in the middle section here, next to the second or last barrier that we need to destroy. Now on our way to the last section where we find, I think, 6 more Wraiths that spawn. But as we use our gun to neutralize the final one, there will be a Wraith right next to the mammoth thing that's going around, or the affinity tank thing. So this will be number 3. And then about a minute or so later, more enemies will spawn with more Wraiths. Although this will be my last Wraith to kill. Also, it's a recommendation that to kill your AI right here, because they can mess up your achievement. So as that guy just did, he shot my Wraith and didn't count. But anyway, once you finally get the kill for the Wraith, and then if your co-op partner wants to get the achievement too, just reload that checkpoint and then he can get the other 4.
I'm seeing a control
control facility at the top of the tower.
And now once we get to the level called Shutdown, the achievement will be called Knights as we face the hunters until we end the level. Before we do that, go to the left platform, so the opposite side of where the hunters spawned, you will find a terminal. And now once we reload checkpoint, we're going to get the achievement called Explore the Floor. So the same part where you see the hunters spawn in, all we have to do, since we have jetpacks, this will be a lot easier. We need to try and coax the hunters to come on the platform here. Don't think it really matters, but this is where it seemed to work quite well. So the main goal here is to try and get the hunters to attack, so the only way we could do that, well, I found out where you jump off the edge and stay very close to it, where the hunters will just trigger and attack and then jump off. Jesus Christ, Plasma, it's called Composer, not Compost. And now for the Composter. Composter, sorry. The achievement called Give Him the Stick. So there will be a part in the level where we have to face two hunters, and we have to kill both hunters only using this sticky bomb grenade stick gun. There are 2 pickups before we get here that gives you an extra 5 bullets. So making sure you do pick them up along the way here, but there is also, I believe, 2 more pickups of 5 rounds. Once again, this is played on legendary mode.
Spartan, are you alright? It sounds like the end of the world out there.
Then once you get all 2 of them, then you should get the achievement. Yeah, I tried to be sneaky, tried to get the achievement. I let Alpha get the achievement first, but then on my attempt it didn't work because you actually have to kill him yourself, or you need to take the final kill.
Spartan, are you alright?
And now once we get to the next section, this is very close from the last location. Once we get to this open plane or field plane, where we call it, jump on into the middle battleground and then go straight over. You will find that there's a guy talking to a mech. There's 2 mechs, one's not operational but one is. And you'll find a guy dressed up in black. All you need to do here is just sit and listen to the dialogue until it finishes, and then he will turn around and then you'll get the achievement, You'll Know Chips.
Aw, come on. Who's the idiot who inverted the stick?
There's a switch in the options panel you can toggle.
Yeah, just found it.
Way better.
It just doesn't make any sense. This thing's a mech, not a fighter.
And now for the achievement Justice. So this will be the terminal. So from the last location of this Easter egg here, all we need to do is go towards the main objective. Before going up the stairs and through the door, we want to go to the right and go underneath this very small cave entrance type thing. So don't actually go in the door or up the ramp, just go to the side of it, then you'll go inside some sort of cave. A very small cave that is, containing your terminal. Now for the next level. Moving on up, moving on up. Midnight. The achievement is called Justice. Once we finish the flying sequence and we eventually get inside the main building. So after we go through 3 sets of doors, or 3 areas, then you'll find this terminal at the very back here. This one's really easy to spot once you come in here. And then you should hopefully get some achievements. And now for this one, this is played on easy mode. Once we get to the part where we can choose weapons, we want to pick up the gravity hammer and then wait till this portal is active. So I've done the achievement here, and you can do the achievement elsewhere. But there will be 3 wolves here. Can't remember exactly what they're called once again.
Portal open. Far side of the room.
But yeah, so it's best to wait for them to get into a cluster. And there is more to the right, so in theory you could try and get more in one. But once they're 3 together, hit the middle one and then you'll get the achievement. Okay, so for some reason you don't get the achievement, you can't do it in the last area, go for the next portal with the gravity hammer. In this section here, once you wipe out all enemies, there will be a next sequence where loads of them little dog things spawn. So you can get it here as well.